Yo, what's up? Yo, we got another episode of Nothing Nice coming through. I got my boy Mook, y'all know him. And I got my boy E. He finally got to join the table. What's good, brother? You good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Alright, cool.
You fellas good?
What's good? Everybody had a good week?
Oh, yeah, man. Most definitely.
Yeah? How the week go?
Most definitely.
Man, we've had
God is good.
Hey,
oh,
man.
That weather?
Man. Oh, yeah, that was tough, but we here. Yo. Okay, so we had some crazy games that have happened since our last episode. Let's just do a quick recap. We had Dallas win, as I stated. We all knew that was gonna happen. Dallas beat
One good week.
Hey, this isn't your turn. So Dallas,
One good week.
Hey, only the people who are right get to talk right now. I got you. You'll have your chance. So Dallas beat OKC, as we all knew. And then we had the Knicks. The Knicks lost to Indiana. That was crazy with injuries. But we high hopes for the Knicks. We had, let me see, who else we had?
Before you keep going,
I
really think it was some sucker stuff that Tyrese Halliburton threw on that, that Reggie Miller hoodie. Man, you should have kept that energy when you walked in the building. Don't do it after the fact. That's peonic activities, man.
I hear what you're saying, Tyrese. You being called out. You being called out.
But they say he was talking. They say he was talking before.
I don't care what he was talking about. If you wanted the fans to see how you really felt about that Game 7, throw it on when you come into the stadium, man.
Yeah, they say he's a top tier front runner when he's winning. He's going to give you all the trash talk. When he's losing, then it's like, you know what, I'm just going to sit this one out and I'm not going to talk this time.
That's
follow up.
Behavior. Okay.
Man, but I don't know. I'm not on the court.
Nah, you said it.
We got the T-Wolves. They beat the Nuggets as I stated they would.
I really was with that too, so I'm not mad about that.
Yeah.
I wanted to be wrong. I stated. If I was wrong, I wanted to be wrong on that.
And then Boston lucked up and beat Cleveland, but boys going
huh?
So anyway, that's just a quick recap. Now we're in the second round right now, and we're gonna start with. Let me see. We got the Mavs and the T-Wolves. E, you haven't been here. Chop it up. What you feeling about this series?
Mavs took game 1. You know, I ain't gonna lie, Kyrie. He probably took what Ant was talking about before the game a little personal and let him know it. 24 in the first half, but I think they can recover. Seeing them recover from the former champs lets me know that they build a little different. Like they can for lack of better term, they can take the pressure of whatever comes to them. So I can see them bouncing back game 2. I could see maybe them going back home 1-1. Yeah,
okay.
I can see something like that.
Okay, what about you, bro? What you got?
Man, I was watching that game, man. It really pissed me off, man. I can't believe the nerve of Dallas, man. And if I'm the coach, I'm watching the game, say, first of all, Anthony Edwards was done, man. He was gassed. He could barely get up the court. That was one problem. The second problem is, if I'm watching this game, if I'm the coach, I'm calling Anthony Edwards in my office, one-on-one. I'm saying, look here, man, you letting Kyrie hold you one-on-one? The disrespect. They didn't even put a double team on him. If you watch the game, they did not double team Anthony Edwards.
He took that personally.
Jordan would never let somebody that's the size of Kyrie stop them from doing what you want to do. I understand you was chasing them around, and you might have put your foot in your mouth a little bit, but I'm no doubt about it. Minnesota gonna come out. They're gonna dominate game 2. Mm-hmm. They're gonna win game 2 because if I'm talking to Anthony Edwards, I'm saying, look, if he get on you one-on-one, ISO, put his tail in the bucket, dunk on him every time. He cannot guard you. One-on-one is disrespectful.
Okay. I like the takes. So just real quick before we proceed, who do you have winning the series, and then how many?
I think it's gonna be another 7 game.
7 games?
And
who comes out on top?
T-Wolves.
T-Wolves on top? What you got?
Man, I want to say T-Wolves in 5.
Step out on faith if you're going.
But I'm going to say T-Wolves in 6.
Okay, so here's what I got from that game. It's a couple things for me. Number 1, Anthony Edwards. He's young. He's 22. However, you seen Kyrie's tape. I mean, you seen his game. You know how he plays. Don't call that man out. Let sleeping dogs lie. All the way through these playoffs, he's basically been like, I'm going to let my team eat. At the end, I'll take over. Because you talked, and Kyrie said he heard him talk. Kyrie said he took it personally, and he proved it.
Yep.
The first half of that game, he got everything he wanted and more. And at the end of that game, Anthony Edwards was looking like he was fighting for his life. So because you have Kyrie, guys like Kyrie, Steph, guys who are always moving and who they can keep the ball on the string, if you're not used to guarding that, one, I will put somebody else on them. Put somebody who's taller, has more length on Kyrie.
I don't think length works on Kyrie.
I mean, Grant, yes, because Kyrie's such a great scorer, and I've seen him score on everybody. But at least shake it up to where Anthony is still fresh. Because that's what I want.
Oh, just put somebody else besides.
Yeah, because in the fourth quarter, he looked gassed. He's bending over, trying to breathe, trying to catch his breath.
He did a game 7 though. That's how I look at it. Do a game 7, and you got to play in 2 days after running 7 games with the former champs. I feel like it's more of that.
But he's 22. One. Secondly, the reason they had to go to a game 7 is because they play with their food. Game 3 and 4. You don't play with your food.
Regardless of the reason why. They went to a game 7, and I just feel like that's just game 7 gas. It happens.
I just think it's the complete opposite.
Yeah.
Because I'm watching the game. Of course, I want to use this game 7 excuse. I just think that he didn't put the pressure back on Kyrie Irving. Kyrie Irving was going at him full speed, but I've never seen Anthony Edwards so passive. I mean, most of the game, he wasn't even looking to score. I mean, he didn't say one time, let me get in my bag. I mean, he wasn't even looking to score. He was looking to pass the ball. I mean, I know Jaden McDaniel was going. He had the 3 going. But I didn't really see him, really being aggressive at any point of the game. I mean, I know he was probably letting it come to him, but we need to see a more aggressive Anthony Edwards.
I agree with that.
I think that'll happen. That's why I was using the Nuggets series just to say like they had to overcome adversity when they won 3 straight and then they won the last 2. So.
All right.
Okay, but my other take from that is on defense, and I made a note of this. By the end of the 3rd quarter, it was 62-38 when it came to points in the paint. Dallas had 62 points through 3 quarters, which also
that's gonna have to stop.
So that has to, especially Rudy Gobert, defensive player of the year.
He's gonna have to show why he was defensive player of the year. He's gonna have to show why he was a All NBA defensive first team. He's gonna have to eventually show that. We can give you a slide. You literally went up against a top 3 player in the world. So we'll give you that slide there. There's no slide for any of this for this series
62?
There's no
62 points in the paint. That's insane.
No,
that's
the case. I'd rather them stagger minutes between him and Nas Reed, and just have Nas Reed just do what he did game 2 against Joker.
Exactly.
But he wouldn't have to ramp it up against them.
And here's the thing. I don't really think this might be a series for Rudy Gobert. I feel like in this series he's going to be put in a very compromising position. I feel like this might be a more geared towards Nas Reed. And the reason why I say that, because if they continue to guard Anthony Edwards single coverage, they got to put Nas Reed in the game, spread the court out, and say, hey, if you want to try to guard Ant-Man, we're going to bag it down in the paint with Anthony Edwards, and we're going to have our way with you. And if they come to double team, dish it out.
You know what I don't understand? Why they don't run more actions with Nas Reed and Anthony Edwards. Nas Reed has shown that he's a capable ball handler, capable. Mm-hmm. He showed he could take that jump shot, order 3, and he showed that he can actually make a move to go to the basket. So I don't understand why they don't do more action with them together, just to get some of that off of and on top of it, he's a big body, 6'9", probably 265, 270. You're running through a brick if he's setting a screen. So I don't know why they don't do more actions with him.
No, I agree with that.
Or the rotations, because I haven't really been paying attention to the rotations as well as much. are they on the floor a lot? I know Nas Reed mostly come in to give them points out the bench, more energy. Because usually, you know,
they stagger. So when Cat's off the floor, they just stagger. It's kind of like they staggering Cat. They staggering Cat because he's a little hurt. But I feel like it's the playoffs. It's the Western Conference Finals.
Everybody's a little hurt. You just gotta play. They should stagger Nas and Gobert's minutes just to give them a different look. So now the look of double team, Cat's not seeing that no more. Cat now can turn around, just pull a jumper. He don't have to think too much because Gobert is pretty much bringing his man to him. So it's just like, you know. Yeah, I think this is the type of game where Cat really should play the 5. I feel like Gobert can play. If Gobert plays well, keep him in the game by all means. But if he's not producing on offense, if he's not catching lives and getting offensive and defensive rebounds, second chance, everything like that, getting blocks, we're not going to force the issue. You put Cat at the 5, because Cat can stretch, and he can also get him. If you giving Cat the ball on the block is different than giving Rudy the ball on the block. You give Cat the ball on the block, he actually has a go-to move, or some moves that he can do to get a bucket. Rudy, he's going to get it, and he's going to look to just, pivot and pass it back out.
They're going to have to figure some way to show respect to the Defensive Player of the Year.
He has to force that.
No, because you know how coaches are. So they have to figure out.
I'm saying he has to force that on the court, though.
No, absolutely.
Because a lot of this, like, they were literally...
The coach is still going to give him 30-something minutes.
When I was watching yesterday, they had Luka and they had Kyrie literally draw screens to get Rudy on them to either take the shot or beat him for a layup.
And that's why I made the statement about you. Rudy Gobert is really unplayable in this series. He's really unplayable because he's gonna be put in compromising position after compromising position. He's having to come up, show up on the pick and roll, and then he's having to get back. By the time he get back, Kyrie ain't even driving to the lane. He's dishing out to Washington, or you got Luka trailing. In this series, his feet just not fast enough. They need to play Nas Reed and they need to switch everything.
Yeah,
that's just the way it's going to work because I think this series is a series where you're going to need a whole lot of spacing. Yeah. So you need to have Nas Reed out there. And of course, Cat is one of the best 3-point shooters we got, big men that we got in the league. Yeah. I feel like you this is what I would do as the coach. You got to make these hard decisions. I think you come in, you play Rudy for the first 5 minutes. Hey, how's it going? If it's looking like he's dominating, he's having a good game, keep him in there. But you can't be afraid to pull Rudy and have that conversation with him like, hey, look, man, we don't want to disrespect you. We know you need his player of the year, but this might not be the series.
They should get him out 5 minutes though.
And that's one of the things that I can say about Steve Kerr when he was winning those championships with Golden State. He wasn't afraid to say, hey, Noni, hey, JaVale, this is not your series. Yeah. We're gonna bring and put Iguodala at the 4. And we might move Draymond to the 5. Yeah. As a coach, you cannot be scared to make these tough decisions. Of course, we don't want to sit Rudy, but this is not the series for him. If you continue to put him out there, of course he's going to look bad because you put him in uncompromised position after uncompromised position.
Now, hold on. Before you do that, I do want to say I for sure have Minnesota in 6. And just because I think they're going to pull it together, and I feel like they have the muscle and the size and the ability to go ahead and knock them out in 6. Bro, what were you about to say?
Yeah, man, I was just saying, just piggyback on what my man was saying, just in regards of, I think the range for this particular series, I think that it should just go to Nas. He showcased when Gobert was out the first 2 games that he could definitely hold his own. And I think that's more of like they kind of secret weapon. They can play small and big at the same time.
Right.
Having Cat at the 5, even though he's more of a finesse player, and having Nas Reed at the 4 who can shoot, capable ball handler, and he's built like an ox at the same time. You don't really lose anything, in my opinion. So it's just like I feel like if you want to continue to include Gobert in this, I think that it should be according to how they stagger Luka and Kyrie's time on the court.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't think that...
And the results that he's yielding on the court. That for sure matters.
Because I feel like if they're both on the court at the same time, I don't think that he should be in the game.
I agree. Man, okay, now let's switch over to the Eastern Conference. Now we have Boston and we have Indy. Game 1, Indy came out. You know, they found a way to almost win the game. But errors at the end of the game. Jaylen Brown hitting the three. For a reason. Hitting the three, sent it to overtime. They got the dub. Game 2, Boston pretty much went out from the opening tip, smacked them around. They're up 2-0. Goodness. So what are we thinking now? Like, what do we think about this series? They're going to go back to Indiana. Now, before we give our takes, Indiana was down in New York, 2-0, 0-2, and they went back to Indiana and got it done at the house.
I'll go first.
Go ahead.
I want to ask you a question.
What's up?
Are the Boston Celtics as unhealthy as New York was?
No. However, New York's a better defensive team. They're better on defense.
Yeah, I guess. However, I just feel like with their two main horses right there, let's just get this broomstick.
What? The Sandman's coming out.
Man. Just sweep it on.
The Sandman's coming out. It's bedtime.
Yeah, it's just. Hey, look.
Four down.
This is 2000. Let me make sure I get the year correct. 2021 Atlanta Hawks. Is that the year that they went to the Eastern Conference Finals?
Right. No. When they went to the Eastern Conference Finals.
Or is that?
Are you talking about the one with Jeff Teague and Kyle?
No. We're talking about
Trae Young.
Trae Young.
Was that 21? Okay. Or was that 22?
That's 21.
21?
That's 21.
When they beat Philly in the second round?
Right.
That's what this team is. They're just a Cinderella story.
Okay.
Let me be the first to say, man. Let me apologize to you now, man. I watched them game 1, man. First time, like, let me apologize to them, man. The guys, man, they're really not a bad team. I know I touched on it a little bit about the ball movement and everything. Mm-hmm. They really gave away game 1.
They did.
Tyrese Halliburton really
lost that game.
He imploded at the end of that game. He had 2 uncostly turnovers. And then if you think about it, when that was up 3, I just don't understand why the life of me, if you're gonna throw the ball in a tight window, throw it up the court. Don't throw it down when you can. The
problem is he just think that he can throw every pass because he can assist. A lot of players get cocky like that when they get an award for doing something that. You know.
No, I'm talking about on the inbound.
Yeah,
on the inbound.
That's what I'm saying.
I think that was that wasn't That wasn't.
No, that wasn't.
That was what's his name? With the braids.
Miles Turner.
No, there was not Turner. No, the guard, light skinned.
I was about to say Naismith, but that's not his
name. Neil Mike.
Is that Naismith? You
talking about? Not Naismith. It was the light skinned, the one that hit the big shot in New York in game 2 or 3.
Oh yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah,
I remember his name.
Yeah, he was trying to inbound the ball to my guy that came from Toronto. Siakam. I don't know why I got brain for it, but he was trying to throw the ball to Siakam, and why wouldn't you throw it that way? I just, I feel like they gave that game away, and we have this conversation all the time. You up 3, do you foul or do you not foul?
You foul.
I just don't understand. If you even look at the way they was playing defense on that last possession, they was guarding the paint. I'm like, man, have everybody lined up on the outside? Yeah. The only thing that can hurt you at that point is the 3-point shot.
No, yeah.
My thing is, if they even get away, you grab them.
To me, I think they was probably playing a little scared a little bit. That's where errors happen in clutch moments is when you're playing a little scared. And I think that they might show some bite. Put this over with. They're gonna show some bite because they at home.
To me, I think it was bullheadedness. I don't think it was scared at all. I think it was just bad game planning. Because the reason why I say that, because if you look in the second series, the first series or in the New York series, I think it came down to that, and they did the same thing. They decided to play defense, which when my guy hit the 3 for the New York Knicks, DiVincenzo.
Yeah.
At the end of the game, foul. If they need 3 to go, foul. The worst they can do is hit the 2 free throws, make it a free throw game. Say, hey, if we make free throws, we win the game. Mm-hmm. No need to get. Jaylen Brown should have never got that shot off.
I agree. No, I agree completely. They should have fouled. You're up 3 that late. If you can't steal the ball or do a great trap, you foul, send him to the line. He has to make both.
Right.
And pressure pressure bust pipes.
Yeah.
So Jaylen Brown may have missed one. He may have made both.
Yeah.
Even if he makes both, you're up one with the chance to inbound.
Yeah,
then they have to foul, and you just prove your free throw shooting.
I'm saying, as a basketball player, and I've been in situations like this. As a basketball player, the final shot of the game is the easiest shot you will ever take. I mean,
because
you ain't thinking about it. You gotta take the shot. It ain't like it ain't no thought in it. At least put him at the free throw line. Even if you foul him at the three, I'm not saying foul at the three, but if you're gonna foul, don't let him get the ball up. I don't understand how Siakam even let him get bounce out. They should have said, hey, no matter what, guard the 3-point line. They should have both ran out there, if you ask me. Because there were two guys out there. Siakam just decided to run out there, and then he said he couldn't get there in time. But it should have never come down to that. Okay, you know what they're trying to get.
So it seems like the overall notion is that we all think that Boston's going to win. Do you think there's any chance, or do you see any scheme that Indiana could put together that could give them a chance to win this series?
The problem with it is that Boston's perimeter defense makes it so hard for me to quantify anything scheme wise so that we can say here's the win. I feel like the first for game one was that win, kind of like Cleveland in 2018. Like that game one, that was your win. And I feel like you don't have that now. So, and now you going back home 0-2.
So you just feel like it's insurmountable.
Yeah, I just feel like sometimes there are games that you're supposed to win. Maybe game 3 might be a game that they're supposed to win. I just don't see it. I just don't see it.
I feel like it's going to be a series. I feel like it's going to be
a 7.
I feel like it's going to be a 7-game series. And simply
you don't
because
it's a boring time.
Now I always did say I don't think Jaylen Brown and Tatum would ever win a championship together. But this not even me hating. I just feel like the games has been pretty close in Boston. I feel like the only thing is swinging the games is the crowd participation and home court making this. I feel like Indiana's going to go home and take care of business. To me, who can win? Who can be the first away team to win?
Boston lost away yet.
The crazy thing about Boston,
they lost away yet.
Not away. They lost at home, but not away.
The crazy thing about Boston, they play better away. But I feel like Indiana's gonna go home, take care of business. I feel like they're gonna go back to Boston 2-2, and I feel like Indiana got a better chance at stealing one in Boston than Boston got a chance stealing one in Indiana.
They just did it.
So if that's the case, then that would mean, because if Indiana wins 2 and then they win at home, they win in Boston and then they go back to Indiana and play again. Right. You think Indiana's pulling it out in 6?
This is what I'm saying. I said they got a better chance.
See, you put that stick on them.
Listen.
You put that hot stick on them.
You see how he slick? He trying to force me. He trying to force me to do something I don't want to do.
I'm doing the math.
He walked you off the cliff and said jump. You was like, I don't want to.
Listen,
I don't want to.
I said I think now. I said I think they would. I didn't say they would. I'm saying game 7, anything can happen.
Yeah.
Game 7, anything can happen.
Okay, so hold on. No.
You don't like Boston.
We not though. Hold up. We're not gonna let you walk this out. Who are you picking in this series? Who
game
are
7,
you?
anything can happen. I'll let you know after game 6.
See, you think it's gonna be 6?
Viewers.
I'm giving it 5 for sure, because I really do think that they can probably.
Out of respect,
I think they can take home. I think they can win game 4. No.
These guys call themselves. These guys say
4.
These guys right here say they the real deal, but they only take safe picks, and then they want to brag about it.
So
right.
So
no,
viewers,
I'm telling you right now.
Hold on, viewers, listen. So basically, I say who's gonna win. You tell me who's gonna win the series. Then I ask you how many. If you get the who's gonna win part right, cool. If you get the who's gonna win and the how many right, even better. My brother here, he likes to take the safest way there. We're gonna see game by game. No. Say it with your chest.
I'm saying it with my chest.
Who's going to win and then how many?
It's going to game 7. I'm telling you.
Game 7 and who's going to win?
Anything can happen.
Let me ask you a question. I'll ask you a question. Do you think that the Patriots would have beat New York if
New York was healthy?
No. We don't. We're not going to even ask for them to be healthy.
Okay.
We'll just ask them if Julius Randle was in the mix. They winning?
No. I don't really like Julius Randle because I feel like I like Julius Randle. Don't get me wrong. I think he's a good player, but I think with him and Jalen Brunson, sometimes he was getting jealous of Jalen Brunson for getting the spotlight. Sometimes I think Jalen Brunson will have the hot hand and he'll start wanting to do his own thing.
But you know why though? I'm the All NBA player. I'm the one that made New York relevant again. I'm the one
Did he
that
really?
Who else?
Jalen Brunson.
No, before Jalen Brunson got there.
Yeah.
He was the All NBA player. He was the one going to All-Star games. He was the one doing
But at the same
25
time,
and 10 with like 6 assists. He was doing all of that. Had the boy on fantasy.
If you want to win, sometimes you gotta get a heads up to the better man.
No,
Dwayne Wade, for sure. If Dwayne Wade thought like that when LeBron came to Miami, they would have never won a championship.
But it took him losing though.
Now, Dwayne Wade had the championship already. He was already all the superstars.
Dwayne Wade losing though. You didn't say it like Dwayne Wade gave it to him like game one. Like, hey, brother, this is yours.
Didn't they lose last year in the playoffs?
What do you mean?
Did Jalen Brunson and Julius Randle lose last year in the playoffs?
They did.
Yeah, they did.
So they lost, right? But yet this year,
that's different.
I was gonna say it was
like
the
the finals. So playoffs is not.
But also he wasn't there this year for the playoffs, so that doesn't even matter.
But what I'm saying is, he asked if Jalen.
No.
I think if Ananobi and Mitchell would have been healthy,
Indiana would be at home right now.
Indiana would be at home, and I also.
If you believe that, then why? Hold on. If you believe that, why don't you pick Boston over Indiana?
Indiana don't play no.
You named two role players to say they will be the difference maker against the Pacers.
Okay, maybe I'll ask it like this: what is keeping you from choosing Boston to win in 7? If you feel like New York with just role players, as E stated, would have sent them home. Boston has their team minus Porzingis, but this Boston team, they've been cooking. So what's keeping you from saying, yeah, Boston has it, even if it is 7?
Boston is, for one thing, I think Boston this year has been more talented than anybody they played. Every time Boston step on the court, they're the most talented team.
Okay,
fair. But Boston is wildly inconsistent.
Play with their food.
Man, look, here's the problem. Miami should have never won a game. They should have swept Miami. Be honest with you, they should have swept the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Nah, that's not.
They almost lost to a team without Donovan Mitchell and just Garland.
But that's not a sweep though.
And then they scrubbled Cowder to close them out, and they didn't have Garland or Mobley. So here's a team that's inconsistent. We've seen them nights where they can't hit no threes and they continue to jack them up, and then give up a game. They are inconsistent, and we've seen this Indiana team be dead in the water. And man, it's just something about them. People keep disrespecting them, and they find a way to win. Nobody had Indiana winning Game 7. Nobody. If you said Indiana winning Game 7, and you won from Indiana, you a damn lie. And you know you did, because everybody had New York winning that series. Everybody.
Well, before Jalen Brunson got hurt,
right?
Yeah, that was geared to win.
But that one really didn't matter because they shot
from the jump.
They shot 61%, I believe, as a team. Like guys were shooting like perfect 7 for 7,
but then you got
10 for 10.
And this is why I was saying, they lost some defenders. But this is what I was saying in regards to Julius Randle. If they would have had Julius Randle, a lot of what they was doing could have been easy kind of stopped. To me, I'm just thinking about this now. He's like a Bentley version of Nas Reed.
I don't see it.
Yeah, big, strong ops, can shoot the ball. He's not the best. He's not the best.
Offense,
he's not a good perimeter. He's not a good perimeter defense as Nas Reed, and he's not a good interior defender as Nas Reed. But he can defend the interior.
Yeah.
He can defend the interior. He's 6'9", 6'10". He got a big body.
No, for sure.
You're just not.
But he's offense. He's not slouch on defense.
Yeah.
However, you're not really worried like.
But before Brunson, he wasn't responsible for offense.
Now let's not disrespect Julius Randle. Julius Randle.
He's a hooper.
He's a hooper.
Yeah,
now,
for sure.
Now, let's be honest. Now, I like Nas Reed. He's a six-man. He's a six man of the year.
Yeah.
But defenses is not good to stop. They ain't coming in. Ain't nobody looking at Nas Reed on the scouting report saying, "Hey, this the number one. This the guy we keying on." We've seen year after year where they've been keying on Julius Randle. I mean, they got the scouting report.
He was the only guy there.
But he was taking them to the playoffs.
But he was still doing it. So I can't compare him to Julius
He's taking
Randle.
them to the playoffs.
I can't compare him to
but
Julius Randle.
He was the only guy that you really had to worry about.
Julius Randle was the number one guy on the call sheet. He still was getting it done. Most guys, when you're the number one player on the call sheet, it's hard to step up in them lights. And Julius Randle, game after game, have shown
no
up.
problem.
No,
He has
for sure. However, let's bring it back. Indiana.
Okay. I just like Julius Randle, so I like
No. That's good. No, I rock to it. Boston, Indiana. Who do you have? You said Boston plays with their food. Do you think they're going to play with their food so much that Indiana wins this series in Game 7? Or is Boston going to knock them out in 7 because they're at home?
I'm going to say Boston, but I wouldn't be surprised if Indiana takes it.
Look at this guy, bro.
He said Boston. That's what we're going to settle.
I said Boston, but I wouldn't be surprised if
said
Indiana.
Boston.
Man.
Okay, man, that took so long. I'm going to go ahead and finally get to my take. Wow.
Hey, no, before you get to your take,
Go ahead, bro.
Now, they are down 0-2 as we speak. And I'm saying it's going to Game 7. How many other people giving these type of takes to you? You should feel grace right now that I'm giving you this.
It's like you looking left and right at the same time.
Man, look. These guys
Listen,
right here.
everything coming right up the middle.
Exactly.
All right, so check this. So, Pete, I think Boston's going to win in no more than 6. It won't take any more than 6. Yeah, it'll take 6.
You being safe.
Because
No, that's how he do. He's
I got you.
That's a safe.
He's Mr. Safe. He won't jump out on no type of.
No, I got you. So, Boston just won twice in Boston. Indiana's going to win twice in Indiana, no matter how that splits. No, because it's 1-1-1-1. So it's going to go Boston, Indiana.
Mm-hmm.
Boston.
No.
Boston.
The first two.
Boston, Indiana.
Yeah.
Boston wins Game 4.
No.
Indiana wins Game 5, and then Boston wins Game 6.
It's Boston, Indiana, then it's...
And then it's 1-1-1.
Yeah.
So Boston's going to finish this in Indiana, and Indiana's going to win 1 in Boston. So it's going to be Boston, so that's 2. Indiana's going to win 3. Boston's going to win 4. Indiana's going to win 5 because they're going to fight for their lives. Boston wins 6, sends them home. I'm literally giving you the blueprint of what it's going to look like. There's nothing safe about that. I'm giving you the game by game. You're welcome.
It's either going to go to Game 7 or Indiana going to get swept. I'm saying it's going to go to Game 7.
I don't think Indiana... I would be shocked if Indiana got
Indiana
swept.
wins...
Just because of how well they can score, especially when they're hot.
Indiana win Game 3. They're going to win Game 4.
That I'm only giving them Game 4 because of Siakam.
Yep.
That's it. I'm not giving them because Siakam is the only one that's really battle tested at this particular juncture on that team, and he knows what it is, what needs to be done to win. So as far as any other game, let me see. You know what? No, I'm gonna stay with what I said.
So
Game
5,
4.
6, 7.
Game 4.
So you got him in 5. I got him in 6. You have Boston.
He got it in the air in 7.
Yeah.
He got it in the air in 7. In the air in 7 is crazy.
No, that's super wild. Okay, so we'll talk about the championship when we get to the championship. But right now we're looking strongly at Minnesota versus Boston. We're gonna save all that talk for when they for whoever gets the championship. But Minnesota and Boston, that's gonna be crazy.
I like it.
Now, question. We talked about the Knicks. What do you think their future is gonna be? Because for them to have, I think they have 5 major injuries to their team, and to see how far they went. You know, 1 game away from going to the next round, being down 4 people going into that game. And Josh Hart, you remember he had the abdominal strain. Mm-hmm. What do you think New York's gonna look like next year?
I got two things for me.
Yeah.
One thing for sure, New York Knicks phone is definitely gonna be ringing off the hook for sure. Now, if players want to play for Tibbs, they gotta know it's either you're gonna play or you're not gonna play.
Right.
Now, that's too much of a toss-up to say that they'll bring like another key role player there, but Julius Randle, they can pack us a Julius Randle situation and go get a superstar. I think
what star would you put with Brunson?
Cat. I'll trade Julius Randle. And I would trade maybe a pick for Cat.
I don't think the T-Wolves will pick the phone.
I'll go holler at it. Or if they want to make it interesting, I'll give up DiVincenzo. If I want to make it interesting.
Yeah, I don't think Minnesota's picking up the phone for that. You're not letting Cat go. Not for Julius Randle.
Oh, I didn't even add this little tidbit. You know they got like a little war going on in the ownership in Minnesota. There's always something crazy going over there in Minnesota ownership. So right now, the minority owners, they know they're going to have to pay a luxury tax because of they got 3 Supermax players.
Right.
And they don't want to pay 40% of a luxury tax when I'm supposed to own the team. Mm-hmm. So we don't know how ownership is going to look like next year.
I feel like that just means Rudy's going to be out.
No, they're not going to get rid of Rudy.
They would be insane.
Because nobody wants Rudy for the price tag that he is. But I would take Cat for the price tag that he is.
For cash and bench players, I think that you could figure something out. And maybe like a mid-level player. What you think, New York's future?
I think New York got a running back. You got to see
same team.
You got to see what you got with all you guys. I feel like the key this offseason is to get Anunoby signed, get him healthy.
For sure.
I do like that Villanova connection.
Yeah.
I feel like you running back. We got to see these guys healthy. We seen them almost get to the Eastern Conference Finals really on one leg. You got to run it back. You got to see what Jalen Brunson and Julius Randle going to do with Anunoby and Mitchell healthy. Mm-hmm. You got to run it back.
Okay. So I'm leaning more towards what you're saying as far as running it back. Because with all those guys hurt, you really don't know what your real ceiling is. Mm-hmm. Because I know in the back of their mind, they have to feel like they could have competed with Boston in this series. They had the defense for it. Right. Jalen Brunson's in his bag. You had a Julius Randle with that. For Boston, they don't really have anybody who can guard Julius Randle effectively. They could put Porzingis. No, I don't think so. I think Porzingis is going to be too light. I think Porzingis will also get his points and some rebounds.
Is Porzingis under contract?
Yeah,
he is.
He's on a silly contract. Well, now it's a silly contract.
But yeah, so I think New York, I think they have to run it back because I feel like they honestly easily could have came out the East, and I feel like their only comp in the East with everybody healthy would have been either Milwaukee or it would have been Boston.
I like New York as they are constructed. The only thing I don't have faith in like coaching, because the coaching staff don't have faith in the players, and that's the reason why I say they should go out and get another player, something that will be more comparable to a Brunson, and that's why I said Cat, because I feel like they're just gonna keep running those tires down until it's nothing there.
They have 5 guys who are out. Who are in rotation. So that takes that 5-man rotation into the playoffs. You always bring it down even more. So you have Bojan Bogdanovic, he was out. Julius Randle was out. Mitchell Robinson was out.
Mitchell Robinson was out.
And he was
Josh Hart was hurt.
Josh Hart. Who was that person after Bogan?
Julius Randle.
Anunoby was hurt.
And so JR, Anunoby, Josh Hart, Mitchell Robinson.
They were literally falling
Those four, yeah.
You got to run it back. And the 2 reasons why I don't think that Cat is the answer. For one, Cat don't move the needle for them.
You don't think so?
Cat is not going to be enough.
That's a stiff pick.
The reason why I say that,
that's
crazy. 2 reasons. One, because Anthony Edwards is a superstar. And he loves playing with Cat. They got a great relationship.
Yeah. That's
true. They're not going to do
because
that.
of where they went right now.
If you want to upset,
where they're currently at right now, it's not tradable.
You don't want to upset Anthony Edwards. That's one reason. 2, he doesn't move the needle. I mean,
Julius Randle in Minnesota?
No, I'm
with
talking
that black Timberwolves throwback jersey?
No, because
boy, he gonna have KG looking
the reason why he don't move the needle far as Minnesota, because he don't open up the paint more for Anthony Edwards. Anthony Edwards is a great player.
Yes, he does.
He's a great one-on-one player, and he can't shoot. He can't shoot with the likes of Cat.
No, he don't have to shoot with the likes of Cat.
So I'm saying, why would they get
mid-range is popping?
Why would they
days.
get rid of Cat? And Cat is
that's
is
actually
the
a
perfect
really good point.
complementary piece.
You wouldn't want Julius Randle by Rudy Gobert.
What do you mean?
Because
it'll clog up the paint.
Yeah, it'll clog up.
No, he's not. But he's a shooter too.
He's not a great
he
shooter. He's not the shooter of the caliber.
He has the same skill
He's not
set
the
as
caliber.
Cat.
He's not the caliber of a shooter.
He has mirrored the moves
He's
inside.
closer to AD than he is to Cat.
The thing is what you call it?
And he don't shoot
JR,
100%.
Julius Randle is more of a true power forward, and he's like a 6'9" guy, and then you have Cat who can play like a power forward, but he's 7'1", 7'2".
Right.
But
so I understand that you don't want to lose in that regard if I'm Minnesota.
I think you're looking at it from an aspect of talent, and we're looking at it from an aspect of fit.
No,
Rudy Gobert is not going nowhere.
No, he's not. But
So
I feel
Julius
like
Randle,
they have
and
the
you
same skill set.
and you got Anthony Edwards who plays above the rim. That it doesn't match. It wouldn't fit. It'll be like
Right.
it wouldn't fit. Cat is at the perfect space. With him and Anthony Edwards are like the perfect duo with Rudy Gobert clogging up the middle.
But what I'll say is, I think we can all agree that New York has a great future coming up. Mm-hmm. But you said you're looking for a trade to push the needle. Yeah. I think we're on the same page saying leave it right where it is, run it back and see what you have.
And another reason, I wasn't even thinking about the Minnesota aspect of it. I'm saying Cat wouldn't move the needle in New York because acquiring Cat
That's funny.
It wouldn't get them past a healthy Philadelphia.
Why?
Because Joel Embiid will destroy him.
Giannis is too.
But he's going to be the 4. Mitchell Robinson is going to be at the 5.
It wouldn't get them past.
Mitchell Robinson's not doing anything with Embiid.
It wouldn't. And from the field? Yes. No. Absolutely.
Man, I don't know. You know what? Y'all let us know in the comments.
Yeah.
Y'all let us know in the comments.
Is that
a worthwhile trade? Would you do that? Just let us know in the comments. Let us know. Yeah, but man, that's enough Nick talk. They're not in the playoffs. Sure. But we're gonna talk about someone else who got bounced from the playoffs. Joker, man. Okay. Man, that game 7, I know y'all watched it. It was tough. T-Wolves were down 20 at one point, came back and won. Joker has 3 MVPs in 5 years. Yeah. Do you think he deserves more blame for that loss? Because if that was Bron or if that was Steph, I feel like we would have really came out and just went in and said, nah, we gonna have to talk about this. We're gonna go in on them. Do you feel like Joker should get the pass, bro? You start. What's up?
Man, of course not. Man, Joker did everything he could, man. I mean, if he could dribble the ball and hand it off to himself, yeah, we can blame it on him. I think he played good. I mean, bro, Joker said it himself. The team was designed to put them out. I mean, I think the personnel or the coach that came from Denver, the coach that came from Denver went to Minnesota and built the team that he helped put together to beat them. I mean, this is facts. Mm-hmm. The general manager came from Denver.
Yeah, that's true.
Then he built that Denver team. Then he went to Minnesota and built a team that could beat the team. So, I just feel like every dog has his day. I feel like Minnesota was not to be denied. It's always a little luck that goes along with it too.
Yeah.
Every great championship team, they always tell you need a little luck. I just feel like it was their year. Man, Jokic, man, played a good game. I just think it was just their year, man. It was just that, man. They came back from 20. I mean, the guy played hard, man. I don't think he put too much.
So that doesn't make you look at his MVP this year any differently?
No. I don't think he should have had it in the first place.
Okay.
What's
up, bro?
Well, at least we agree on that. Me personally, I don't like his level of sarcasm. I don't like his level of I don't put a lot into the game type of mentality. I don't like his lack of lackadaisical type of guy. And then soon as the playoffs are around the corner, I want to win another championship because I like to party. Bump all that. You deserve all the blame for this. As a leader of that team, as the best player on that team, you don't let a 20-point deficit, when you up 20, you don't let them come back for a closeout game. As a person that's won a championship, you've already been through that road and you know what it takes to do that. You don't do those type of things. So absolutely the blame goes on to you. You're the best player on that team. You're the people that they follow because you're the leader on that team. Yeah. So you deserve all the blame. Okay. MVP or no MVP, you deserve all the blame on that.
Okay, so he played a great game, 34, 19, and 7.
Doesn't matter.
Those are really good numbers.
Those are really good numbers, but in the great words of Shaq, he didn't do enough.
However, with the 34, 19, and 7, that should have been a 45, 20.
Should have been 53.
And maybe block 53, 55, whatever it takes to win.
Yeah.
That's what the game comes down to. If you have 60 points and no rebounds or assists and you win, I will take that all day over a triple-double that ends in a loss.
Yeah.
So you have 3 MVPs. You won the championship last year. You're the MVP of the finals. You have to galvanize his troops and, hey, y'all, we up 20. When they cut it down to 15, cut it down to 10, you got to say, hey, we're not going out like this. We got to figure this out. Or you say, give me the ball. Everybody get out the way. Yeah. That's what you say. Like you're not watching a 20-point lead. As a lot of people say, the best player in the league, and for sure the best player on that team, and the MVP of this league. You're not watching the 20-point lead, and after halftime, in Game 7, dwindle down, and then y'all playing from behind, and you can't. And now everybody's out of rhythm. You can't find a shot to
I'm gonna tell you this.
Give me the rock.
Once that train start going down that track, it's easier said than done to stop that motherfucker roll. All I'm saying.
Are you the MVP? He has 3 MVPs in 5 years. That's a lot. That means that four MVPs.
I think it's 4.
That's a lot. That you just won. Everybody this year said you were the best player. But if you're this guy, if you're the man, if you're that guy, you have to get it done. Every great player is saying, "Give me the ball." Shaq is for sure saying, "Give me the ball."
And I'm not saying that he don't deserve any of the blame. But I'm saying if you look back at this, Jokic is not the reason they lost this series.
He's the reason why they lost Game 7.
One game, but.
The game.
That's the game.
But even then, he wasn't the reason because, like you said, he had great numbers. That
doesn't mean nothing. There's a reason why the NBA players read they
I guess you can't blame him. I guess you can't blame him because you go as the star go. Of course. If you gonna blame somebody, I guess you would blame him. But
I'm not gonna give. But
at the same time,
credit to the L to
KCP.
No, not KCP. What's my guy that don't pass the ball?
Jamal Murray?
No, he passed the ball.
Aaron Gordon?
No, the 3.
Porter.
I'm not blaming Porter for taking 15 shots or whatnot. I'm not gonna blame him because that's what his job is.
But this is what I'm saying. It ain't. I could understand if you were saying Jokic lost because they gave the game away. Minnesota took that game. They came back and took that game. It was some stuff inevitable.
20 down?
Let me ask you
I'm going to tell you this.
From 20 down.
Hold on. Sometimes it just meant.
Let me ask you a
Rudy
question.
Gobert made a turnaround.
Let me ask you.
Jump shot in 2 people's face.
That's not the first time he made that shot, though. That ain't the first shot.
Okay, hold on. Go ahead.
I'm going to ask you. If I go in your pocket and take your phone out your pocket, did I take your phone or did you let me take your phone?
It depends.
How? You free to do whatever you want to do to me to make sure I don't take your phone. But I take your phone out your pocket and I mosey on down. I'm walking. I'm not even in the car. I'm walking. Did I take your phone or did you give me your phone?
Somebody could have called me and said, look, somebody gonna come and take your phone.
Okay, so tell me this. Because we're on the same page with this one. So if this was Steph, and Steph has a 20-point lead on somebody, do we expect him to demand the ball and take over? Yes or no?
He already know the answer.
Just yes or no. If this was LeBron and he's up 20, will we expect Bron to say, give me the ball, well, I'll figure it out? But if it's Kyrie, if it's Luka, insert other great player here.
He like that white boy over there in Denver, man.
It ain't that I like him, man. It's just like he didn't play a bad game.
No. Draymond Green didn't play a bad game in the finals that they lost. Game 7, he had a 30-point triple-double, huh?
Yeah, 35 points that night.
He did.
No, I'm talking about Draymond.
Yeah, Draymond.
He had 35.
He had a 30-point triple-double
Yeah,
in Game 7.
He ain't scored that many points since.
It don't matter about what he did since. What you talking about in the Game 7 close out? He had 30. He had a 30-point triple-double. He had a 35-point triple-double.
Ain't scored that many points since.
We ain't gonna sit here and say, "Hey, Draymond, good game." No.
Why
if you on fire at a dying game of your life, go for 40. Go for 50.
Okay, so real quick. So when I was giving you all the great players, you didn't say anything. You just nodded. Do you expect the greats or the best player?
Of course, you the star player. You always got to take that. I mean,
so he deserves the blame.
So
he deserves the blame, but we ain't saying, oh, it's Jokic's fault.
Yes.
He just gonna take
it.
As the leader of the team, you gonna say it's on me.
Yes.
I would say the same thing, even if it ain't on me.
He won 3 MVPs. You know how many people in NBA history won 3 MVPs?
Kobe has 1.
It doesn't.
You know, I think it's 4 people.
Kobe has 1.
I think it's 4 people in NBA history with more than 3 MVPs.
I don't like where this conversation is going.
I think it's 4 people.
So
I don't like where this conversation is going.
No. It's
Kareem.
No, it's Kareem.
Oh no, you said 4. Kareem,
Jordan, Braun, and he's 4.
Braun has 4, and then
no, he's 4. It's Joker. It's Joker,
Yeah.
Jordan, Kareem.
Joker only got 3.
Oh no, yeah,
It's 3 or more. 3 or more MVPs.
Yeah.
He's an elite company right
That's
there.
crazy.
No,
That's crazy. Yeah, you got to take over.
Man.
Jordan.
You have to.
I'm gonna say
Jordan going to increase the crime rate in Chicago if that happens.
Of course. He takes some of the blame for that loss.
So
Most.
he has to
Most.
Hey,
how many points did Murray have in that game? How many
Murray
points?
had
matter.
35.
It don't matter.
What about Gordon?
It don't matter. It don't matter.
I mean,
none of that matters.
Team you lose
You're the best player on the court according to the world. Here's your stage to prove yourself.
Hey, he ain't American anyway, bro. Yeah, it's just
Not that we showed American pride.
he ain't American anyway, man.
Oh man,
it's his fault. Okay.
Oh
it's
man.
Okay.
So if he was a country bred boy.
Welcome to the party. Welcome to the party.
Oh man.
No, okay,
That's funny.
so I mean, speaking of, we might as well get into this now. We have the young guns in the NBA.
Okay.
Right? So in the final or in the conference finals right now, we have Luka, we have Ant, we have Halliburton, we have Brown and Tatum.
Okay.
All of them are 26 or younger.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have Shea, couple of other guys in there.
Okay.
Who's the next guy? Who's gonna be the next face of the NBA?
To me, it's coming out to whoever wins the Western Conference Finals. And it's going to be the Ant or Luka.
Okay.
It's going to be either Ant or Luka. That's how I look at it.
So Jason Tatum, if he wins the finals,
if he wins the finals, that's tough. Because he's been in the league 7 years.
Right.
He's been to the Eastern Conference Finals 6 of the 7 years. And we don't even regard him as a top 3 player in the NBA.
yeah, I think that's partially fatigue, but
Fatigue of what?
fatigue
like
of him getting there, to the East and not finishing the job. That's what I'm thinking. But okay, so you're saying whoever comes out the West, that's the face.
I can see your point there.
I could say I wouldn't be opposed to Tatum if they win the championship, but ultimately I think it's gonna be Anthony Edwards. I feel like they're already comparing him to Jordan. I mean, early in this stage, I mean, what this year 3 for him? Year 4?
3.
He's on the 22.
3.
Jordan didn't win their first championship till like 7 years into their league. If he does get this championship,
He'll be on the Magic path.
yeah, he's already.
Now Magic won year 1, huh?
Yeah, but Magic was 21 when he won.
And he had,
okay, you talking about that?
And he had Kareem. Let's not forget about that. That's kind of a big deal.
Man, Magic got to come in with a Corvette.
yeah. Magic could always say, you know what? Let's just bag it out. Let's just dump it down there.
Yeah.
Okay, so just like piggybacking on this. So I personally think that the face of the NBA, no matter who wins this year, won't be decided this year. Because if, let's say, Anthony Edwards wins, super charismatic, he's hooped, he'll be proven, he'll probably be the Finals MVP. But the matchup that can happen between him and Luka, between Anthony Edwards and Luka, that's gonna be something that we're gonna have to look forward to for the next
8 to 10.
Yeah. So that has the potential to be like the Pistons and the Celtics, just on that side. Right. And then in the East, Boston's gonna keep running away with it, unless New York, who we all like, can grow into it. So then Jalen Brunson comes into the mix. So that could end up being like the Lakers and the Lakers they were pretty much running through it, but maybe insert like a Hakeem there, someone like that. So I think that it will take 3 this year plus 2 more years to really figure out who the face of the NBA is going to be. Because in both conferences you have options, and I feel like it's going to be too hard to fall in love per se with whoever wins this year, and then next year if Dallas. Let's say Dallas comes out and they make it to the finals and they win, then we're gonna be like, okay, we're back and forth with them. Or let's say Boston wins next year. Now, we have so many storylines with these new young guys that it's gonna be hard to pick. If I had to pick out of them just for like the sake of picking somebody, I think it's gonna be Ant. Just because he's the most charismatic. Right. Watching him, the media loves him. Mm-hmm. Like, he's going to have to do something stupid to fall out of grace. Right. Because the media loves him. He's athletic. He can hoop. We miss Michael Jordan, and that's why they're so hell-bent on being like, is he the next Jordan?
And just to go out there before my man chime in, I hear what you're saying, but I don't think it's going to be Luka. I think the league was set up a couple years ago for Luka to be the face. I think he missed this window. When he kept getting put out in those past couple years. I feel like
that first Western Conference.
Yeah, I feel like he missed this window, and I feel like we don't even really know if he's the best player on the team he's on right now. That's real conversations that people.
Kyrie's amazing,
but is he the go-to? Is he your closer?
Kyrie's the closer.
I can't definitively say that he's the head honcho on the team. And he even if he's the leader of that team, I feel like Kyrie's taking more of that role. I feel like he's really setting the tone for him.
The vet,
and that could be because Luka's hurt, but I feel like Luka missed this window. I feel like younger guns came in. I feel like it was Luka. Then I feel like it was Ja was setting himself up until he started doing boneheaded stuff. Yeah. Out it off the court, because he was set up to be. I mean, every kid in America was doing the giddy.
Yeah.
Greedy and all over the court.
The greedy, yeah.
Greedy and all over. Literally, we play games.
All over America. Every time you
score, goes out of bounds.
Even in football, you doing
it. You ain't lying.
So I feel like it was Luka. Then it got past to Ja. Ja couldn't control himself off the court.
But that's because Ja went as far as Luka did. So it's like. We got another charismatic guy, right? And on top of it, he was like kind of replacing that feel for like Kyrie.
But can you see the trend? To me, it's Anthony Edwards to lose, because at first they've been trying to find somebody to replace LeBron since Zion Williamson. Since Zion Wilson was supposed to be the guy. He couldn't stay healthy.
Yeah,
he couldn't control the team off the court.
That's fair.
And then it was Luka. Luka came on. Luka kind of missed his window with the Jalen Brunson experience and all that stuff, and he kept getting put out. And now it's going towards Ant-Man. Now, if Ant-Man can run away with it, it's his for the taking. I feel like it's his to lose. I feel like if he keeps his stuff under attack with the off the court stuff,
he gotta go to the finals.
I feel like it's his to lose.
Win, lose, or draw, if he go to the finals, I can just imagine Adidas commercials. He's so charismatic and he's such a Southern guy. It's just made to work. I could just see Adidas commercials. I can see NBA commercials. I can see them trying to get to know his family or something like that.
And he got the posters, man. I mean, look at this dude posters. He's the next jump man. I can see everything. I see the marketing.
I can see
this guy's
him going back to where he went to college and talking to. Like I could just see them gearing him to grow up a lot faster than he was anticipated to, and him just saying bet and just being himself throughout the whole process.
And back to what JB said, man, the dude is super marketable.
Super.
I mean, he speaks well. I mean, the media loves him. He's answering all the questions.
And he talks.
And he got a sense of humor.
He's blunt.
And you feel like he's super transparent.
You saw what you heard what he said about putting Jamal Murray in handcuffs?
Yeah.
Yo, what?
You haven't heard talk like that in a minute.
Well, I haven't heard nobody say nothing.
Everybody
like
wants to be friends now.
Yeah.
And he's like, cool. We could chop it up after the game. But during the game, chop.
Yeah.
Chop barbecue chicken.
Oh my goodness.
Lock up the puppy.
Right.
And he was first team all.
Here's one thing too.
Yeah.
And it's not that, sometimes the media hyping you up, and it's not. If you look at the players, they can't do nothing but show respect.
But another good thing, he knows how to manipulate the media to his favor very, very well.
Yeah, and that's something. That's something that the face of the league will have. Like I said, I think it's set up for Ant-Man to lose it. Like I said, they've been trying to replace Run since Zion. Zion dropped the ball.
Yeah.
Then Ja dropped the ball because they came in the same class.
Yeah.
So Ja dropped the ball. Luka had his chance. He couldn't get it done.
He couldn't get over the hump. That's what it was.
Of course, you can't really. Even Tatum, man. Even though Tatum is young, I just feel like, man,
he's just not as marketable as everyone else you named.
I see him getting lost in the sauce. He's a player where like when he's on TV, you thinking about him, but like when he's out of sight, he's out of mind. To me,
that's what happens when you live in Boston. It's an industrial city.
Man, I can't no because Anson, Minnesota. Anson, literally nobody.
They got skis. They got mountains. There's stuff to do out there.
If you think
Have
about
you been to Boston?
If you think
you
about
liked it. You enjoyed your time?
Boston.
Look at him.
Look at him. Great clam chowder.
Look at him. Clam chowder.
They call Boston Title Town.
No, for sure. But and then Boston has fans like all over the country. Like,
for
all of this sports.
They're crazy Boston fans.
I'm talking about
all of the city of Boston.
But you don't think about if you think about mountains, you think about like Denver. You think about Denver. You think about Colorado. If you think about lakes, you're not really thinking about. You're probably thinking about the Great Lakes at most. And then if you think
Minnesota got Mall of America, it's lit over there.
That's like being like Houston has the Galleria.
I never.
Mall of America got a whole roller coaster.
No, that's dope. That's dope. However, nobody's going on Google. I wonder what Mall of America is.
Yes, they are. It's the biggest mall in America.
That's crazy. So, in the chat, let me know. Let us know. When's the last time you Googled Mall of America?
It's different because we have a southern we have a southern demo right now. We haven't grown and expanded yet.
Everybody up north, out west. When's the last time? But if we talk about, I feel like Boston gets a lot more love than Minnesota. I have nothing against Minnesota
Boston
as a state. But
all the guys is Dunkin' Donuts and factories. It's not a lot going on over there. That's all. This is what
This the only thing I can think about Minnesota. Most time when you say Minnesota, people say it's cold.
It is cold.
That's it.
And you think Prince?
You think it's cold, Prince, and football. You don't usually think about.
That's all you need to really think about. And weather, good sports. That's all you really need to think about.
We said football. We just got basketball.
Good sports.
Good sport.
Vikings.
We just got basketball.
Oh, they got a basketball team too.
Now it's a basketball team and the football team is gonna be fighting for their lives. But in Boston, you have all the sports. You have all of these sports.
They gotta be able to entertain you with that boring town.
That's crazy.
No disrespect to Bostonians.
No, he's being disrespectful.
Not no disrespect at all.
Hey, he's disrespecting big town.
I used to frequent through Boston.
On the way to New York?
No. Like
on the way to going to
a previous job, I used to be in Boston a lot. The customer service people are rude. So, and I know why they're rude. You see in Gotham when you look out the window. So I understand why y'all rude out there.
No, Cleveland is to Gotham.
No.
For sure.
So we saying the Lakes versus the Mall. That's who gonna have the best player.
In conclusion, no, but you think Ant's gonna be the face of the league?
Yeah,
sure?
I think so.
You got Ant as well.
I feel like it's Ant to lose.
I agree. It's his to lose.
I like Ant, but.
Yeah,
I can see if Luka go to the finals. He's an international sensation. If he keep his shirt on,
I don't see it.
He's an international sensation.
Win, yeah, I can see that.
If Luka win, he gotta definitively.
You gotta remember, he speaks Spanish.
I don't think
so. He gonna have them boys.
For one thing, the face of America. The face of
I think he can
American.
solidify it because we're gonna go into the Olympics after the season. I feel like it could be solidified if he does something in the Olympics.
You talking about Ant-Man? Oh,
no. If Luka can solidify it, if he wins the finals, and then he goes
they're not gonna be super cold.
And then he goes if he goes into the Olympics and gets silver,
getting silver.
I'm just putting it out there. But hold on, so.
We're from Czechoslovakia? Nah, Slovenia.
Alright, but what
he ain't American. He ain't gonna be the face of the NBA.
So that means
Slavic,
nothing in the NBA.
He's Slavic?
And I don't know. All I know is we all agree on Ant, but there's some great possibilities coming out. Yo, okay, so did you all see the list? Do you guys want to talk about all NBA first or NBA all defense?
Let's get the shorter one out the way first.
All right, let's go. So NBA defense.
Yeah.
What did you think about the list, bro? I know you have some feelings about it.
Yeah, it looked like the Monstars versus the All Stars. Really, it was like the big boys got one, and then the point guards and forwards got two. I don't understand that considering it's supposed to be by position, just like the All NBA is going to be by position. I don't know, I guess because basketball now is more positionless, so I feel like they tried to do something with that. But I really think that this was just a Wemby play. We're not going to give you Defensive Player of the Year, Wemby, but we'll make you the first rookie in NBA history to be a first team all defense.
I think he would have been that anyway.
Nah. Because then they gotta make the same mistake they made with Marc Gasol in 2012 and make him second team on defense.
I think that they would have put Anthony Davis on the second team.
Do your position.
So you put Rudy at the 5, you put Wemby at the 4, and
He's
then
a 5 though.
And then go 3-2-1. You can switch it.
But he's a 5.
You can switch it.
You would do that?
Yeah.
You scrub another power forward?
Yeah.
That's the reason why they put all
Anthony
the bigs
Davis
up.
Anthony Davis played a lot of time at the 5 this year too.
Yeah.
So and Anthony Davis is usually a 4. So I think they would have moved Anthony Davis to the second team, put Wemby at the 4, Rudy at the 5, and then 3-2-1 whoever. That's because one, Wemby should have been Defensive Player of the Year, and 2,
he did lead the league in blocks.
And blocks by over a whole block. Like Wemby was the only player.
You silly. I get the play.
Yeah, and Wemby was the only player that you saw where teams would literally have a 3-on-1 and see him and be like, "Hey, let's go out to the 3-point line and reset this. We don't got to play." But what you think, bro?
Man, I'm cool with it. I think it's inevitable.
You like the fouls and the 4s?
I mean,
the defense.
I mean, the league is kind of been positionless for a minute now. I mean, you got freaking 6-7 point guards now. You got big men taking more threes than the smaller men. I mean, like it was bound to happen. I feel like
second team.
But I feel like each guy deserving. Each guy deserving of it. I mean, it's getting to the point now in the NBA where the top 5 is going to start. Back in the old NBA, you had to have the smallest guy playing point guard, next to the smallest guy shooting guard.
And so Magic Johnson.
Now the league has changed.
No, I get that.
You got you got some teams where the smallest player is 6'5".
Mm-hmm.
So, man, it's really been a positionless
Yeah.
NBA for a while. It's been trending that way. Guys are more athletic. They're more physically bigger, dominant. They shooting more. So I kind of feel like it was going to happen sooner or later.
Yeah.
So I don't have a problem with it.
My problem with it is that I don't feel like it's true to who the 5 best defensive players in the league are.
Yeah, that's what my issue was.
Because if you have basically all centers except for Herb Jones, he's the only one, but everybody else is a 5. So like basically, they're not guarding the toughest assignments.
Absolutely.
If you have Boston playing any of these guys, none of the guys, well, for the most part, are guarding Jason
At
Tatum.
all.
If you have Dallas, they're not guarding Luka nor Kyrie. Insert other team here, they're not guarding them. The only time they're going to guard somebody worthwhile is when they see Giannis or they see Joel or they see Anthony Davis.
This might be a
and they're
tidbit.
cooking all of them.
It's probably a tidbit. Well, I think they're going to start in. I might be wrong about this, but this is just how I'm thinking right now. I think that they're going to start doing the All NBA first team, the second team defense according to the position of the MVP.
Let me ask you this.
I might be off.
What you said, I agree with your take. What you said. If we can see each guy that's in the top in the 5 starters of the defensive players of the year, where are they teams as far as defensive wise ranking?
So Minnesota was near
Number
the
one.
top. Yeah, they were number one.
They were number one.
So that's also played a role in Rudy getting.
The reason why I asked that question, because I believe most of the guys that are tops in the first team are anchors on the defenses of the top defenses in the league. So I don't know if they're looking at it like, hey, you the anchor of that team.
But we know.
But think about like
but
this.
teams
Porzingis
play well together.
Porzingis not on the all defensive team.
Hey,
You know what I'm saying?
this is one of those stats, man, where I feel like it's like an empty calories award. I mean, I really don't.
Guys used to really hang their hats on.
No,
that.
it's a badge of honor. But when you get to playing around with the award, like just giving it to Rudy for giving it.
No, I'm not saying
You get a little
I'm not saying to
humble,
disrespect
right?
it. I mean, it's a big deal because guys get super max and max contracts based off this. So
For sure.
in that aspect of it, it's a big deal. But as a fan, to me, it's not really a big deal for me.
I'll put this in
second
perspective.
team.
It used to
only
mean
when it's a player about the supermax. Other than that, it's really not to me as a fan, it's not a big deal to me about the first team, second team stuff. I kind of
It used to mean something when you went in front of somebody that was all defense.
Right.
Even the players used to talk about, he was second team defense. Okay. All right, bet. Or even just to talk about a story about a player. DeJounte Murray, the only reason why he started getting clocked is because he started putting his hard hat on defense. And he was second team the year when Kawhi left, I think. Yeah, he was second team that year. So it's just like, it used to be a
Houston
bad.
fans fight for Patrick Beverly.
And he was second team.
Time.
And he was second team
all the
defense.
time.
Yeah, I'm
So
going to
it's
defer.
like-
I'm going to defer to you guys a lot with this, with the teams and stuff. I respect it. Of course, these guys, I'm pretty sure all of them are deserving. What you said make a lot of sense about the players, and they ain't going the best players. So I'm gonna defer to you guys about the first team, second team stuff.
NBA, just make it easy. Go back to the way that it was. That part wasn't broken.
Yeah.
The best players
At
the
that
best
position,
guard,
or-
2, 3,
guard.
or you could do guards and then do 4s and 5s together and figure it out that way. However you need to make it shape.
Yeah.
Just make it make sense.
I agree.
Because the best 5
This
players
was
in the
super
NBA, it's not Bam, AD, Rudy, Herb, and Victor.
They just giving it to them because they don't want to shut any of
Yes,
them.
they can get blocks, but they're also standing right by the rim to get those blocks. But no, when you bring in the ball up the court, like this would think about young Avery Bradley.
Yeah.
How guys we literally heard Jeff T talk about how he hated playing ball because you had Rondo and Bradley who would say, "Oh no, as soon as you inbound the ball, I'm right there, and we walking this up together."
I mean, it's crazy because you really don't see guys no more like back in the day. I mean, you used to have Gary Payton. They used to call him the glove.
Yeah.
I mean, you got Kawhi. They used to call him the claw. I mean, like what are nicknames?
They don't have them because people not putting their heart, wearing their pride on that. No
right.
So it's getting better though.
So we need to get back. So we need to get back to the point where, man, these guys are so good on defense, man. You got to
Allen used to lock you up. I was talking about. We had a conversation. First team on defense to the crowd, like.
Man, I was telling this guy about Tony Allen, man. I mean, you know about him, but like people don't know how Tony Allen would wreck a whole game plan, man.
Yeah, Tony Allen was tough, bro.
Man.
He locked up
especially with them Memphis series.
He locked up KD. That's when they went to the Western Conference while beating OKC.
Tony Allen wasn't no player. You see, he be like,
yeah. Kobe used to be mad about him too.
Literally. Yeah. All right, so cool. So all NBA, the all NBA team was. So, just tell me what you think.
Want to do 3-1, or you want to start go 1-3?
We'll go 3-1. So, 3 we have Booker, Steph, Halliburton, Bron, Sabonis. 2 we have Brunson, AD, KD, Ant, and Kawhi, and then 1 we had Giannis, Luka, Shea, Jokic, and we had Tatum.
I like that.
How do y'all feel about these teams?
I would switch Tatum out for him.
Tatum for him?
Yeah.
Boston ran through the East.
Man,
Boston was number 1 in the East.
I'll be honest. I can't help but.
I think they got the best record in the league.
I don't. They haven't been tested.
I think they're
in the playoffs. They haven't been tested.
They too.
They've been there 5-6 times. I'm
talking about far this season. They haven't been tested in the playoffs.
That's because they're smacking everybody in front of them. You can only beat who's on the schedule.
Yeah, I'm putting them on second team.
So so your only switch, you're putting Ant on first, and this is for the regular season. This isn't for playoffs anyway. But you put an Ant first team and you moving Tatum down to second team.
Yeah,
that's.
Think about it.
So and you're not taking anybody else off of that.
Ant-Man would have been the number 1 seed if Cat wouldn't have got hurt late in the season. In a loaded Western Conference.
Okay, maybe. Bro, what you feeling?
I like the first team. Second team, I'm okay with. Third team, I
think they got it right.
I wish they would have gave some love to Pablo. Ben Carroll. I wish they would have gave some love to him.
Okay. I can see that. Over Sabonis or who?
I don't know who to take out.
Are you really? Sabonis is the only person I can see taking out.
Wow, but
Sabonis
he had a great season.
I didn't say he didn't have a great season, but you're not taking Brown out. Had a great season. Halliburton had a great season.
I can take Curry out. He didn't make the playoffs.
Curry?
I can take Curry out. He didn't make the playoffs.
He was in the same playing game.
He didn't make the playoffs.
The Kings didn't make the playoffs. The Kings were in that same.
But that was a double-double machine. He led the league in double-doubles.
Steph led the league in threes.
Here's my thing. Ultimately, I think they got it right.
I get it. I'm just for me, I wish Ben Carroll would have got some love. And I haven't really been. I didn't really show that Orlando series really a lot of love. But to come in, this is his second year, right?
Yeah.
I think
year 2 go to the playoffs.
But he's young too.
Gotta salute.
Yeah,
he's young too. I mean,
so the only player who I would like to see on this list who wasn't would have been Jalen Brunson.
I feel like he got
not Jalen Brunson. Oh, you're right. Jalen Brunson. No, he was on second team. He was on second team. I was gonna say that's crazy. Brown. Jalen Brown should have been on third team. The number
so
one.
That mean Brown
so here, tell me this: the number 1 team in the East, number 2 record-wise, I believe, but you have KD and Booker on there, who they were the 7th seed. They were the 7th.
Yeah.
They're the 6th seed.
No, I get you.
So no, give Brown the nod.
I'm gonna be honest with you. As a voter. If it's between Jaylen Brown and somebody that ain't been there, I'm giving Jaylen.
Booker's been there.
Hear me out.
Booker's been there and KD's been there.
Hear me out, JB.
What's up?
If it's between Jalen Brunson, if it's between Jaylen Brown and somebody hadn't made the first team and they very close and they neck and neck, I'm going to give it to the other person other than Jaylen Brown.
I think it's
the year to me. This
so you're giving it to Booker over Brown?
Let me finish. Right. Let me finish.
That's 13.
Let me cook.
Go ahead.
Here's the reason why. The year that Jaylen Brown needed to make one of the NBA all teams was last year when he got that $304 million Supermax.
He did.
So he made it last year. He don't give a darn about
he got
that.
his money.
So
he's gonna get a ring this year, so he ain't tripping.
But I'm saying the year that he wanted to make it was last year when he got that Supermax, that $304 million.
And he did.
And he did. Mm-hmm. So this year, I bet if you're a voter, you looking at it like, okay, let somebody else get in there. You know, if it's close.
I don't like when voters do that, Nick. But not you, but you gotta assess the field, and really bring out the best player. You shouldn't make it a political situation. If there's a reason why the Boston Celtics were the best team in the NBA.
Yeah, and I get it.
Reason for that.
And I get it. But I'm just saying, the human aspect kicks in. I mean, of course, like even LeBron. I mean, like
Brown should have been on there.
But I'm saying he could be on there every year.
And he should be on there.
You know what I'm saying? He should be
as long as he's playing like.
But if you're gonna leave somebody out, leave LeBron out because
for one, it's political
because he earned it.
Yeah. For one, it's political, and for two, he actually did earn the spot. It's the same thing for Curry. It's a political reason why. You gotta have people that are the face of your league getting accolades to show like why your league is this nice.
Right. But if I had to take somebody, I'm for sure taking Booker out. Because the more I think about it, like their team all year, like we kind of knew they were gonna underachieve. Even though they had Bill and KD, they didn't have any defense.
How many games?
10 years.
How many games did the big three play together?
You know we called that
like 18.
Yeah.
You know we called that?
No, for sure.
Like we called Bradley Beal leaving, not to go to the Phoenix, but we called him faking all that loyalty in Washington, getting his bread in Washington, and then dipping the next year.
Everybody knew that wasn't no good fit because him and Booker are the same player in so many ways.
Yeah.
Yes, just Booker's better.
Booker's better. Well, yeah, Booker's
but
better.
The problem with Bill is that Bill doesn't move the needle. He's not a needle mover. So it's like it's real tough to really just be like.
He missed his window. He should have went to Philly when he had the chance.
You know what? I think Bill will be real good beside Wemby in San Antonio.
Yeah, anywhere where he could play a Robin or a third person role, he'll be good.
I feel like
anywhere there
because ain't too many people gonna go.
But I think if Trey Young go to San Antonio,
Tony Parker,
10 years, bro.
Tony Parker and Tim Duncan all over again.
That's 10 years. No, that's a different situation. You got Tony Parker who can shoot it from 40, and then you got Tim Duncan 7'6". It's a whole different beast.
Sure. No. Those are all great takes. Yo, tell us what you think in the chat. Tell us how you feel. Yo, we appreciate you all pulling up with us. Got my boy E here. Appreciate you pulling through, my brother. Got my boy Mook. Always a pleasure. Yo, like, share, comment, send it to your friends.
All that.
Everything you can think of. Blast it on socials. We'll see y'all next week. We appreciate you. Checking out all the games. We appreciate you. One love from your boy JB.
Appreciate you.
Nothing nice.